All right, so here we are with another episode of Minecraft. Woohoo! So for this one, I decided that I didn't have enough shulker boxes, so I decided to brave the end and see if I could get some more shulker shells, because I have a crazy idea of maybe draining in a water temple or something, which I know takes absolutely forever, but I didn't want to have to carry all the sand in my inventory, so I decided to do it. Now, I won't say that I do the process of clearing one of these cities efficiently, because why would we do anything efficiently? I sort of like shimmied my way around the side of the mountain or the side of the city to kind of try and find where the shulker shells were, and then I would just hit them from the outside. As you can see, I'm not very good at it, but I often using the walls to kind of defend myself. I know that you can like hit them with your sword and they'll stop flying and they'll destroy like the little things that hit you, but clearly I'm not very good at hitting them. But yeah, so we kind of shimmied our way around. Occasionally some would like pop up, which was a bit of a bummer. But yeah, so like they would appear out of nowhere and be like, wait, where did you go? Type of situation. And then, you know, it all started to kind of go south, and I very quickly decided, you know what? We have enough. We don't need any more. So I backed up. Thankfully, I have an elytra, so it's not like that big of a deal that I got sent so high up, and I can always come back. Although I feel like they seem to be like multiplying. But anyways, when I got back, I decided that one, I needed to finish making another one of my beacons. But first, I wanted to go through the general process of extending my sugarcane farm, because it is it's just not producing enough. It just needs to be bigger. Now, I'm not going to make it ridiculously large because I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will at some day. Maybe it'll just be like an ongoing project of just making my sugarcane farm even larger. But for now, we're just going to go with what it is what it is right now. And we'll just say close enough. Anyways, so yeah, ignore my health bar. It's bothering me too. But yeah, so we just kind of worked our way making, as I'm trying to remember the recipe for a beacon. I'm like, oh, right, obsidian. Anyways, because I have the iron farm going, I wanted to kind of try and stay as much over in this area as possible. But, you know, it is what it is. Because our iron farm actually is pretty productive. So I went to go get some glass, but I saw the one villager there, which he's always there. But then I kind of noticed that first I had to check and see if I had any glass left over, because, you know, trading glass is ideal. But when I went upstairs to go find all of my glass changing, it's empty. And I was like, uh-oh, where did all my villagers go? It made no sense, except for the guy downstairs. But the guy downstairs doesn't trade glass, and it's at night, meaning that they should all be tucked nicely away in their bed. And eventually, I came out to our sheep farm and discovered all of my villagers had somehow, except for one guy, had somehow landed inside these containers. I thought I had covered all of the holes, but apparently I covered none of the ones that I needed to cover. And so I had to free my villagers out from my sheep farm, because apparently that's where they had been hiding. I had looked for these guys for probably close to an hour, just trying to figure out what happened and mentally preparing for the fact that I was going to have to repopulate my village. But no, I didn't have to repopulate my village. I just had to go and find my guys. And don't worry, I did cover the holes on top of the sheep so that these guys can't fall into them anymore, because we learned our lessons, because it was very annoying. But this also did mean that all my sheep got out, so I had to move them back, which was a bummer. But you know, I didn't have to repopulate my village and find all of my trades again. So at the end of the day, I don't care that much. Wool is expendable. Fortune 3, looting 3, and mending are not, as we have learned many times. Anyways, but yeah, so there was a whole bunch of guys like packed in there. I'm super lucky that I didn't hit like an entity cramming situation, because that would have just been absolutely devastating if all of my guys had died and I had lost everybody. But yeah, after that I was able to finish up my beacon, which meant I just got to set up the other one, this being close to the other place that I mainly stay. And so yeah, I was able to get that stuff all kind of fixed. Don't mind me as I'm trying to figure out how it works. Then I discovered that because of the fact that we lost all of our villagers that live in the village, not in our house, I don't know what happened to them. Something happened. Anyways, I didn't have any villagers that I could trade for pumpkins. I have one villager that's perpetually living inside of our wheat farm, but nothing really. And so I had to get another villager so I could work them up so that I could trade my pumpkins, so that I could get some more money that way. And then after doing that, I decided that I was going to go back to working on expanding our sugarcane farm and trying to remember exactly how long it was to build. Thankfully, I had most of the components, but it was just, the odds and ends. And then I came back to make the discovery that I had AFK'd all night on accident. I had just, walked away from my computer and apparently forgot that the game was running. Don't ask me how that happened, but it did. And so, yeah, you're like, oh my goodness, look at all these seeds that I have. Thankfully, I can turn them into bone meal. But it was very much like one of those things where I just had to kind of wander around my village, finding all sorts of stuff that I had. Thankfully, I upgraded my sugarcane farm to get some more sugarcane, because sugarcane takes forever to grow. To grow? Yeah, to grow. But look at all this iron that I had. This ended up causing a much bigger problem, which I'll probably show in a later video, but this completely broke my iron farm, and because everything got all like clogged up. And so it took so long to go through and fix all of my iron that I had in order to get it all turned into blocks. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe that I had done that. I know some people will do it, but I tend to prefer not to AFK, because the last time I AFK'd, again, all of these are on accident. I did it, and then all of my villagers that lived in the actual village, not in our castle, they all disappeared. Who knows, maybe they're caught up somewhere in one of the sheep farms, but I think that they're not there anymore because the iron golems also disappeared. So I'm guessing some hard-fought battles involving some zombies or something went down, and I just missed it all. But yeah, then as I was doing this, I also had to clear this area out. But eventually you'll see me realize that, oh my goodness, what if all of my other villagers disappeared and died? But clearly it's not like a major concern right now. I do swap it out, most of these seed locations, for wheat locations, so that we would kind of clear that area out. I would like to at some point have like the seeds go automatically into the bone meal farm, but I couldn't figure out how to do that. And then I decided that I needed to go make sure that all of my villagers had survived, because it's a risk. But we saw that guy, so we were in pretty good shape. I think he has mending on him, and then of course we had to check in there to make sure that none of the guys had ended up back in the sheep farm. I think he is mending. I want to put name tags on them so that I can just like at a glance be like, this is your mending guy, this guy's fortune, just so that I generally know. But yeah, as you can see, they all were still there roughly. Don't know exactly where all of them are, but close enough. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.